I think we're going. We're online. There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, yeah.
D&D.
I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, Chooch Schubert as Sequential,
Hello, hello.
Starla Hutchton as Carolina Swift,
Hello, friends.
Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn,
Good evening.
and Mark Kilfoyle as Nedry Shinyrock.
I have a theory that there's more questions than could possibly be answered, but I'm going to test it.
Well, we are sadly short one vivid muse as Trina of Harley tonight, but we soldier on nonetheless. So, who would like to fill everybody in on what happened last time?
We
continued our investigation. But go ahead.
We are still in the spooky mansion, and things keep attacking us. And there was a monster made out of like debris and things, and he had some loot, so that was fun. Got some new gadgets.
That would be the
and
ERA,
then-
the Ectoplasmic Reconstituting Animator. It's a trial.
And then we saw what looked like memories of what happened in the house. When it was
MIRs.
attacked.
Yes. Mnemonic Illustrated Recall.
Yes, and it showed us when the attack occurred and the doors being blown off, and then we went up to the next floor and explored some rooms and found some notes, and we saw another one of these flashes of this person/creature breaking into the house.
UUE2, Unknown Unnatural Entity number 2, because I have the IDC as number 1.
It looked sort of possibly humanoid shape with all of these like black energy tendrils swirling around it and looked very dangerous. So clearly killed a lot of people, but someone is in this house. We don't know who, we don't know where, but we have found traces of another living person, we think, in this house. We think living because there was wine. Somebody had clearly been drinking wine.
Or at least spilling wine.
Yeah. It could be that they didn't get around to actually drinking any. They spilled it before they could drink it.
And
How
we heard a
disappointing
laugh.
would that be? You know? You
Somebody
have
laughed.
the bummer of spilling wine, you didn't even get to drink any?
Didn't seem like very good wine, though.
I think you had to let it breathe. That's what the master always says.
When did we hear somebody laugh?
When we were in the main entry hall, there was definitely, I think it was probably Trina, but she would have shared it with us that she heard a laugh.
Right. When you're in the main
Okay.
entryway, it's open to the second level, and you felt like you heard it echoing from somewhere above.
Okay.
So we left off as you had essentially just cleared all of the rooms on the ground floor after having explored the basement, and collected some of the aforementioned loot, but mostly just kind of like stuck it in a bag or carried it along. And you were about to go upstairs, so perhaps we should take a look at the map. And
Also, we did encounter some more of the CAZs. Or CAZ if you prefer.
I have to say, one of your little acronyms having an M for mnemonic is pretty amazing. Anyway. No, we're spooky. This is scary. Serious business.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So who's going up the blood-stained stairs?
I guess I will.
Yeah, I'll definitely go up. I mean, well, yeah, I think Trina would lead the way for sure. I'll
I am
follow.
closely
Squinch will follow
glued
right
to
behind.
Trina's arm or by her side or something very
I'm
near her.
going to, because we don't have Viv Chooch, I'm going to temporarily give you control over her token.
Cool.
Also, I think less than 10 minutes have happened since that battle, so I still have a slight glow.
Oh, we were talking about taking a short rest. Did we actually do that?
I don't think
Oh,
you.
that's right.
No, we didn't
Yeah,
actually do it yet.
No. You
the
took one down
players
in the basement
discussed that we
before,
needed
but
a
not.
rest,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's. Yeah,
but it was
let's take
debate
a
as to
short-
whether it would be long or short.
Let's take a short rest.
Okay. I will go ahead and allow, unless you had anything you specifically wanted to talk about during this short rest, I will go ahead and allow that we can say we are beginning as you have just finished a short rest.
There is one thing, because I don't really need to rest. I was going to identify
Aha, well there you
the
go.
3 items that we picked up.
Yes. Are you, you're using it as a ritual or?
That's right.
Okay. So, I am pretty sure I know exactly which ones they are, but refresh my memory what you believe you have.
We have 3 things. Let me see my notes here. There was the exoskeleton, there was the beacon, and then there was the book.
Right. So, did I? Okay. Yeah. Once again, I did not go ahead and make the D&D Beyond item for it, but I can tell you how they work, and it's simple enough that it'll work. You're doing it on all 3?
Yes, I have time.
Which one first?
The book.
The book. Okay. If I can actually find where these things are called. Okay, so the book, the book has a lock with a keyhole that you believe could probably be picked. It does seem to be a physical lock on a magic item. But when you identify it, you discover that you could attune to it. And what it is called Protective Verses. And you realize that this is a spell book for, oh, shoot, I just realized, hang on, let me do that so it won't switch away from the map. Let's see, sorry about that. Technical stuff. There we go. Okay, so the spell book has a number of spells in it, but it also has some unique properties associated with abjuration magic. You know that if you were to attune to it, you would be able to lock and unlock the book at will. It contains a number of spells in it already. And you can use it as a spell casting focus for your wizard spells. It also has 3 charges. If you spend 1 minute studying the book, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your currently prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. The new spell has to be an abjuration spell. And then also, when you cast an abjuration spell, you can expend 1 charge to grant a creature you can see within 30 feet of you 2d10 temporary hit points. And
It is a very nice book.
It regains 1d3 charges daily. So that's actually in D&D Beyond. So if that one you could add to yourself if you want. But you know that it does require attunement. So right now you can't even open it. You just discover that by means of the identify spell. All right. And then I'm sorry, I was not as prepared as I thought I was. I have to open these things back up. I was too busy being haughty about you not having done this before, and then you just did it immediately and had to just call my bluff. have notes on this. So, and then, so that's what the book is. Which one next? There's the backpack thing and the exoskeleton thing.
I think the backpack thing, because I want to make sure that Carolina is safe.
Right. Okay. So what you discover about the backpack is that it is called a rally beacon. It is a little bit unstable, which means only that you think that it will be able to be used once and then will be depleted. And it could theoretically be recharged, but it wouldn't recharge by itself. What it will do is, when it is activated as an action, all creatures that the user can see within 15 feet of them at the moment of activation will gain a +1 AC for an hour.
That's pretty cool.
You do have to wear it for that hour.
And he'll definitely explain that to Carolina. I kind of imagine that Nedry sort of sets the device out, traps it into a circle that he draws upon the ground, and then just sort of starts studying it carefully, and then writing notes in his book at the same time. But it's a very amazing sort of thing. It's not the sort of thing I can make. It might be the sort of thing that Sequential can make. I wonder if they found it or they made it. Is it charged?
It has one charge, but if you used it, it would deplete the one charge. And unlike some magic items that will automatically gain new charges daily or whatever, this one won't do it automatically. It would need to be recharged from some other source.
So, do they have to stay within 15 feet of me to get that protection, or just when it activates and then they can go?
It is when you activate it, it will affect the people within the radius, and then they don't have to stay in the radius.
Okay.
But it also does get everything within 15 feet, not just
Right.
those you choose.
Stay. Yeah. Could definitely use some study, maybe.
All right, and then the external skeleton is the third one. When worn and activated as an action, for the next hour, the relic gives you advantage on all strength rolls and melee attacks that use strength, but gives you disadvantage on all dexterity rolls.
Disadvantage on dexterity.
Yeah. So,
All right, I think I'm holding that, and I shouldn't hold that. Because my dexterity
you
is
put it
already
on.
too low.
You have to wear it.
Yeah, okay.
Carrying it isn't enough. And in fact, even if you're wearing it, you have to activate it. You turn it
Okay.
on.
Is this charge based?
No, it can do it over and over pretty much whenever you do it, but this one is also a little bit beat up. So you get the feeling that you use it too many times, there's a chance that it'll fail, but it's not a fixed number of times. So the meta version of that is that you roll a die when you use it to see if it keeps working or not.
So far as I can tell, they're pretty amazing that they've lasted so long. Although magic items have a tendency to do that, they're really hard to destroy in general, unless they destroy themselves, or they're part of the design to destroy themselves, but that's a little bit mean. You should be relatively safe when using them, although if you note any sort of side effects and or unpleasantness, please let me know so I can make sure the notes are complete. And Sequential, you'll probably have more luck than I would in trying to analyze how these things work or how they can be repaired or recharged.
One thing that I think you recognize, and especially as you start explaining how they work, those of you who are kind of looking at it, recognize that there's some similarity to some of the things you found in the disposal.
Similar to Alistair's designs, or just similar in that they're built
There's some
things?
commonality in the principles applied. They are unusual in the way that normal magical items that you are more accustomed to work, but they are unusual in the same ways that Alistair's were.
it does suggest a similar school of thought. And it's not really a school I'm familiar with, although maybe it is more along the lines of your creator, inventor, sequential.
Yeah, there's definitely seems like similarities, and it's so strange. All of this seems like it's unique. It makes it feel modern, but it also feels really old.
Oh, it's all really old. The dust is alone has enough to tell us that. And the fact that this place has been closed up for a long time. I wonder, though, as I said before, if they were found or if they were made. I mean, they were obviously made, but I don't think that the reclaimers made them. I don't think they really understood how they worked. Otherwise, we'd see more of them, and we don't. I have a theory. It's a long shot, but I think it ties a few things together. The Reclaimers' entire business was going out and finding magic out there and, well, I guess you would say, reclaiming it. And if Alistair and Iseld were hiding the Dawn's Tear, which would be someplace of considerable magic, like what like Alistair was using, maybe the Reclaimers actually found it, or found a cache of the items that were meant for Alistair and Iseld.
Mm-hmm.
I have a further theory that the attack here, although I don't know the timing, I'm pretty sure it was somehow tied to Alistair and Iseld. One thought I have is if Alistair was indeed trapped and Iseld didn't know what happened to him, she might have gotten really angry. And that might have been what resulted here.
So rather than try to go find him, or maybe she was trying to find him and fell into a deeper into the foul plot.
The curious thing is, whatever that creature was, that I'm still calling a UUE, but I am leaning towards more of it being a USE, an unknown summoned entity. But the creature was looking for something, which at first I sort of thought might have been connected to these things, but it didn't seem to find them, and we found them there. So it wasn't exactly looking for them, although it might have been looking for Alistair, which it wouldn't have found here because we know where Alistair was.
Since you would have just seen it not very long ago, I'll remind you of the detail that it did get interrupted before it searched everything in that room. But you're right that it didn't seem to find what it was looking for.
Can you remind me what that interruption was?
It heard shouts from outside, and it stopped smashing all the crates and went out that way
Okay.
in pursuit.
Yeah, and it also targeted the staff specifically. So it was not just looking for something, it was also here specifically to kill everyone regardless of who they were.
I have a feeling, I mean, I suspect if Iseld was behind this, she was really, really mad. So she may have been non-specific as to what it could do with them. And from some of the tales that Masters told me about some of the summoners and the foolish things they've done, if you're not very specific in the orders that you give them, they basically take that as free to do whatever they like. And if this entity was truly dangerous, they might just have been in the way and incidentally killed, which is kind of even worse, actually. All this to say that we could be encountering something incredibly dangerous upstairs, but it's probably going to be really interesting. The other problem I can't resolve is exactly how the MIRs are here. Are they memories that were generated by the spirit of this place, if your theory, Zinhorn, holds? Or are they created entities? The CAZs seem to be some sort of created entity, or at least they seem to be some sort of mirror of the people who were here before. That's a working theory. I can't identify them individually, but they seem to be looking like they were trying to imitate what was here before, not exactly be entities of their own. But that suggests that there's some sort of controlling power. I'm confused as to what its purpose is, because some of it wants to kill us and some of us wants to show us things.
Yeah, there's no discernible trigger. other than we're present, but surely plenty of people have been present.
Well,
I think
I
it's
think
just
that
a lot of bad energy gathered in one place and doesn't know how to disperse.
Or perhaps possessing the deed has triggered things.
we know
Yeah.
at least one person, maybe, who was here before and didn't seem to be, at least not continually, attacked by them. That could be a descendant of the Chanticleer family. This place did seem to be still in the Chanticleer family, as the plaque on the wall indicated, but that was Elric, I believe, as opposed to the General Everett.
One clarification, the things that you had heard about it was that part of what happened with the attack and part of what led the house to have such an unusual sort of disposition in terms of like who owns it now is that it was granted to the Chanticleer family, but as far as anyone knew, the entire Chanticleer line was wiped out in the attack.
Officially.
Yeah. So it was kind of a situation of like, it was something that belonged to a noble line, and that's like a big deal, but there's none of them left. But then what do you do with it? And that's actually part of what led to the unusual circumstances of its ownership.
Still, it's an interesting mystery. Shall we?
Yep. Yeah. Let's
All
do
right.
it. I'll take up the rear if Trina's going to take the lead
Sure.
with sequential.
Well, so you're going to need to order yourselves when I put you on the second floor here in a second. So,
Ish.
yeah.
Upward.
All right. So as you climb up these blood-soaked stairs, there is a doorway to the south that is, the door is mostly closed, but not all the way. It's like open just a crack. And there's a doorway up to the north there that actually has no door in it. So I can go ahead and reveal the, you can see into the hallway there a little bit.
That's right. Sequential had been covering the back since
Do you want
they have
rear
pretty
guard?
beefy. Yeah,
All right, I'll swap rear guard.
they've got
with
that
you.
hardened carapace.
I want to make sure there's something between me and between the squishy ones and anything bad.
Nedry is definitely just behind, trying to see everything. Trying to see everything. That name is just too perfect.
It's pretty good.
So he's fighting Carolina.
Yeah, so through into the doorway, into the hallway there, you can see that there are another set of stairs that would go up some more. You actually, the stairs that you just came up don't go any further up, and there's 4 stories in this tower, so so you would have to find some other way to go further up if that's what you wanted to do. But you don't, and there's an opening onto another balcony, but that's all you see from that vantage point.
All right, north or south? I say north.
Suppose north, yeah.
Well, don't
Guessing
all of
south
the,
is just the rest of the staircase.
all the old stories and stuff, they always talk about, like the wizard towers and the princesses locked in the towers, and it's always at the top of the tower. So I don't
Go all
I
the
don't
way up and
know.
work our way down?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
we
we
talked
started
about,
going all the way down.
yeah, we already talked about like going floor by floor, but I
That
don't
was
know.
the
There's this big
plan.
ominous tower. It just kind of seems, if you're going by the stories, feels kind of obvious, but I don't know.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to stick my head out to the north because
Sure.
I think that's where you said there was another staircase.
Yep. Make a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah. So you are actually at the end of the staircase that's higher.
17.
Okay. So you would have to go to the east from where you are to get to the base of those stairs, but you can tell that's what it is. Like you can see through the railing that it's going up from there.
Just for clarity, is there a wall right here?
Yes. Sorry. Let me reveal it a little more clearly on the map there. Oh, hang on. I swear, this reveal tool. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. So, what you hear as you are in the hallway there, and everyone's moving into the hallway, that's fine, is you hear more of the voices. Like the laughter that you had heard previously. What you hear actually sounds a bit like someone rummaging through a desk, but you hear a couple of voices that are saying things like, oh, I don't know what you expected to find here. I mean, it's been sitting this way forever. People have been through all this stuff already. It's like, well, I don't know. Did you have anything better you wanted to do today? That sort of thing. And you're hearing that from the north.
From the north.
Yeah.
So, I have the wrong tool on.
You know, I could maybe. Do you want me to go like scout it out? I'm pretty good at being like not sneaky. I don't like to say sneaky, but I can be quiet and I can try to see who it is that's talking.
Okay.
Be quiet.
Sure.
Revealing a little bit more of the hallway as you would see as you're kind of moving into the hallway a little bit more. So there are two doors, one on the left and one on the right in that hallway to the north.
And can I tell like which one of those the voices were coming from?
So first of all, I would, yeah, you think it's the one on the left, and it's actually not. It's only like half closed.
Okay, then I would like to peek in there, being very, very quiet.
Sure. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yeah. Ooh, that was pretty good. That is a... I'm doing math. 23.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just peeking in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the source of the talking
Sure.
without being seen.
Right. So I'm going to just go ahead and reveal the room there. The room seems to be a, like a bed chamber. And what you see is three men who are in kind of like patchwork leather armor. It's not very nice, but they're clearly like they have daggers. They're not elaborately armed, but they're not just like beggars or something like that. But also kind of hard up, as you might imagine it would take for someone to try to see if there's anything valuable left in an 85-year-old ruin. But they are basically kind of in a bored, lazy way, kind of rummaging through stuff, but none of them seem very enthusiastic about it.
So, I'm gonna kind of step back just a little bit and like turn to my companions and kind of say, just get ready. I don't think they're going to be much of a threat. Can probably get rid of them. I think they're just like going through stuff, and I don't think they're trying to live here or anything. So, I can probably just talk to them and see if I can get them out.
Oh, you mean they're just people?
They're just people.
Oh, how boring.
All right, call out
But
if
I
you
mean-
need help. I'll be right behind you, and so will Trina.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, no longer being quiet. I'm going to first. I'm going to click on the right thing. Step up to the door, kind of go through it, and I'm going to lean up in the door frame and clear my throat a little bit.
So as you do that, they all turn startled, but the expression you see on their face when they see you is one of horror, and they're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And another guy is going, "I told you this place was haunted!" And they're like all panicking.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
reaction.
Did
Roll
they see something?
initiative. Roll initiative. Alright, probably you guys don't see yourselves on the tracker, I would guess.
Not yet.
All right, let me
I
guess.
see one ruffian.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, hang on. Let me get. There we go. All right, you should all have your icon on the tracker.
Cool.
Should we still say it? You know, just because like audio.
Yeah,
Some people aren't watching.
sure. Yeah, we'll
Sure got
do
7.
people in order, right? So, but
Trina got 6.
yeah.
Got 4.
All right. So, Nedry, you hear these people in there shout. You can't see very much through the hallway, but they have shouted in what sounds like fear, which is not. Well, I don't know. You can tell me whether Nedry would be good at determining the normal difference between, "Oh, who the hell are you? Who are you to interrupt what we're doing?" and, "Oh my God, what is that?"
I think at this point, based on what you said they said, he's more interested in the words, because one of them said, "Oh, I told you this place was haunted. Oh, they've seen something." And so he's basically trying to look between people's legs to see what's in the room,
Yeah.
to see what they found.
Sure. Just in case it wasn't clear on the map, this doorway right here goes to an outdoor balcony.
Ah, okay.
Can I see at all that looks like an opening there?
No, but Carolina and Trina can see that into the room,
Okay.
that there is a door from the bedroom onto the balcony as well.
So kind of imagine short little Nedry behind behind Trina and Carolina kind of
between-
hopping up to try to
between
like,
Trina's
what is
legs
it?
and-
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it? Where is it? What kind is it? Is it an MIR or is he dead?
You could push through into the room if you wanted.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And he's looking around for anything
Excuse me,
unusual.
pardon
He's
me.
kind of ignoring the three of them.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, I think you can get one more step. That's probably about as far as I can get. Where is it? Did you see something? Can you describe it?
What you have is these three guys who look like they were scared a second ago, and now they're even more scared. Carolina, it's your turn.
Can maybe use this. This is either going to go really badly or exactly how I want it to go. We'll see. So just judging by their general demeanor, she's a pretty good judge of people. This is what she does. And just want them out, right? So she's going to kind of like heft herself up real like big and kind of like make like a spooky arm motion, just like, "Get out!" and like try to intimidate them into
Sure.
leaving.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage, please. Because you are playing into exactly what they've already got in their heads here.
All right, so that was a 16, and yeah, that wasn't as good. So 16.
Yeah. I mean, they you know how I said a second ago they were scared, and then they were even more scared? Even more.
But did
Yeah,
they
like-
understand what I said?
One of them pees his pants. All right, it is their turn. This guy who is here in the corner here Um, let's see. Gosh, I'm trying to decide. I'm gonna have him make a wisdom saving throw to decide if he is brave enough to try to help his buddies or just panics. He panics. He runs straight out there, and he jumps off the balcony.
Wait. Oh, that's going to hurt.
He lands in the bushes, but you can't see him anymore at that point. And then,
All right.
so the other two look like they are like terrified that he just abandoned them, and they would want to try to do that too, but they would, because Nedry came into the room, they're not sure they can get by. So like they're trying to like edge closer to that door, but they're too scared to get all the way there because they would have to get closer to Nedry.
Well, 2 foot of scary that he is.
Actually, you know what? I think because I'm essentially saying they have the frightened condition that they can't get any closer to Nedry, so they're essentially like cornered in the room. All right, that's their turn. But one of them, so the one guy just screamed and ran and jumped over the railing. These other two are looking like they want to run, but they don't dare get any closer. But one of them is holding up his hands and said, "We didn't mean nothing. We were just looking for shiny bits. We're sorry. Don't haunt us." Sequential, your turn.
Would I have heard the person outside? So if there's this doorway,
Yeah, I think
give me incentive to open the door and look outside.
I think he probably, when he went over the railing, did a sort of noise.
Yeah. 5,
Yeah.
10,
So
15.
you look down and you see him like prone in the bushes. He looks maybe scraped up, but not hurt too terribly bad.
I'll call down.
Yeah, he's about.
Do you
like
need
50 feet
assistance?
down. He looks up at you and says, "Ah!"
Odd.
Yeah.
And then I'll come inside and get the lay of the land. And I'm not going to. I guess I'll hold an action with my dagger. That if something tries to attack me, I'll stab it.
Sure.
But other than that, yeah, just hold
Okay.
that.
All right. Trina's turn.
And then Trina's gonna trounce in. And what are we doing? They sounded scared. I don't think that she would.
They don't seem like much of a threat.
I don't think she would charge and lash out at somebody who's scared. But she would stand here and look menacing.
I got to back up Carolina's play, right?
I guess,
Okay.
yeah, here in front of the door.
Sure. Zinhorn, your turn.
Can I go like this?
Not directly there. You would have to like go down around south first. And so like you can get there and then you can.
All right.
So you're all in the room and you're basically blocking all of the exits to the room. Which I'm not telling you not to do. I'm just saying that's the
Right.
fact of where you
It's
are.
definitely going to
positioning
help their
yourselves
mental state. It'll calm them right down.
at. Yeah.
What are they seeing? I'll ask them. What are you seeing?
Okay. We will see how they respond on their turn. Nedry, your turn.
I'm going to open my book, pull out my pen, and walk up to them. So, did you see something that you would describe as more of a free-floating singular apparition, or something which had a more humanoid shape made up of the trash around the room? Or maybe you saw something that looked like a humanoid made out of dust and ash?
And see if they can explain to him what they saw.
Sure. All right. Carolina, your turn.
Well, I am going to go up behind Nedry. Switch my screen. Go up behind Nedry and kind of take him by the back of the shirt and pull him back.
Wait, I'm not finished the interview yet.
I think they need some space, Nedry. They look very scared.
Do you actually
And I think
drag him
it's-
away?
Yeah, like
Okay.
pulling him away.
Well, as you leave their area of effect, one of them makes a sort of a desperate opportunity attack with his dagger.
Oh no.
I mean, technically, I wasn't moved under my own volition, but I'm okay with this.
Well, let's let it play out. So
Sure.
he goes to slash at you with a dagger, and his dagger goes right through you.
Oh, that's weird.
That's not supposed to happen. Wait, are you ghosts?
Carolina, did you have anything else on your turn?
Well, I was trying to like clear a path for them to get out because they're freaked out and we just want them out of the house. But like that was weird, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to react to that. Am I dead? Kind of looking at my hands now. Touch my face.
Yeah, I
One
mean,
of you is
it
dead,
seems
and
normal
it's
to
not
you.
Like I could touch Nedry, so like I don't know, something's weird.
Yeah. Actually, make a perception check.
Okay.
They touched Nedry.
They tried to
dragged him
slash
back.
at Nedry, and their dagger went through him.
Right.
You said make a perception
Yeah.
check? That is... Which one is that? That is a 10.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're not sure what's going on. They're being pretty weird, though.
Did they seem a little transparent?
Well, you can go ahead and make a perception check too, then. Although it's not your turn, but that's fine. We'll do that.
Oh.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right, hold on.
I think you can tell it's not a traditional combat encounter.
16.
16. They don't seem transparent, but there is a little bit of a glow about them. Kind of like when you see a bad Photoshop and the light on the subject, it doesn't match the light in the room. That's kind of what it looks like. But in any case, it is their turn now. The guy on in the bushes down there gets up and starts to run away. These two guys are gonna see if they can get over their fear. They cannot. They are backing further into the corner together. They are hugging each other like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. And one of them is saying, I'm sorry, please, Solomonia, save us. We didn't mean nothing by it. We were just looking for some shiny bits. We don't, help us. And they're just muttering to themselves. Sequential, your turn.
I was thinking I would use the bread sprayer to hold him in place and we could talk to him, but I just realized it does hurt them. It is not non-lethal.
Yeah. It generates heat as it cooks itself.
Yeah, so I don't really like that idea.
I mean, they're not really trying to get away right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing to do is to try to reason with them. So, put my hands up and just calmly say, just calm down. We're new here. Not gonna hurt you.
I want to just take for a moment and appreciate the mixed signals these guys are getting. Getting some very calm and like, what are you seeing? I'm concerned. What's going on? Are you okay? And they're also getting a gnome coming up and asking all sorts of excited questions using a lot of bonus words and jargon. And then also another person coming in and going, "Get out!" So, yeah, in any case. Go ahead and make a persuasion check to see if you can calm them down. Sequential.
I could have just hit the thing, but 3 plus, what's my persuasion? -1, so 2.
Okay. I think they scream even louder, and it's like, what is that thing? It's even scarier than the other one.
I can't tell if they can understand me or not.
I think also that, like, that one was low enough. When you get a negative number, I think to the rest of you, there was an element of, like, maybe he thought he was trying to be, like, soothing, but it just came out like it was Hannibal Lecter saying it. Please be calm. We're not here to hurt you.
We're not here to hurt you.
Yeah, well, we can work it in. It's, it wasn't what we planned for today, but, hey, we're always up for... Anyway, so Trina's turn.
I'm thinking Trina's gonna follow Carolina's lead.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna, trying to shoo them out. Sequential's like, we need to see what the properties of this are.
Yeah.
And
So, is she going to approach...
he seems to be like, let's get
or-
rid of him. So Trina's gonna get big and scary
Mm-hmm.
and rush to corral them around.
Okay. Yeah, they look like they're gonna
But she's not going to go within melee range. She's just gonna look menacing.
Sure. Okay. That's Trina's turn. Zinhorn.
I want to create an exit path.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say the sequential. Let's move away from the.
If he's
exterior
cooperative,
door.
you can move together away from the door.
Yeah.
Would you allow yourself to be drawn over across the room, sequential?
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
And Nedry, would you stand against the wall, please, next to Trina?
I have too many theories to test.
I would definitely kind of yank him to the other side of me. It's like, just do it.
Yeah. Safety first,
Mm-hmm.
then theory.
It is your turn, Nedry.
I'm going to wriggle out of Carolina's grasp,
Okay.
or try to.
Well, if you actually want to try to hold the grapple, Carolina, we can have you roll the opposed checks.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to oppose it.
Okay, so that's athletics against acrobatics or athletics for you, Nedry.
Acrobatics. He's a squirmy bit.
You want athletics
Yeah.
from me?
To hold the grapple, it has to be athletics.
That's a 17.
That's at 18.
Aha! Yeah, Nedry, you try to squirm away. You are unable.
I need to test a theory. We need to know how they're here, what sort of things they're made of, everything.
That's my
I'm
turn.
imagining you got like a fistful of the back of his robe and you've just kind of like lifted him off his feet.
Yeah.
No, that may be what Trina would do. I think you might just hold him. But,
Yeah, probably just hold him in place. But yeah, closer to the wall. So since it's my turn, yeah, that's what I would do. Pull him back to the wall. It's like,
Okay.
there will be plenty of time for questions, but these people are very scared.
They're just going to run out the door.
Yes, and that's okay.
Right.
No.
So yeah, you can kind of drag him away like that. Yeah. All right. It is their
Sometimes feelings are more important than knowledge.
What about my feelings?
turn.
Your feelings only extend to where it starts to infringe upon someone else's feelings.
Sure. They are now with the path cleared. They're going to use their turn to dash this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Unintending to be
Over the
scary,
way.
but probably seeming that way, Nedry is kind of reaching out towards them, trying
Yeah.
to touch them.
Yeah, this
they
guy is
corporeal?
also trying to dash, but he actually he steps on a bit of like wooden debris and actually goes like sprawling in a direction that he didn't mean to. And as he kind of slides across the room, he like would have hit your feet, Carolina, except that he doesn't. He just passes through your legs like you're not physically there, or he's not, but you see the furniture get skittered away as he slipped on it. And then he scrambles in a panic and continues to dash and also over the railing, screaming.
Like from Scooby Doo, he just does a swan dive over
yeah.
the railing.
Without
I think he
rude.
does like the feet up around one side because he doesn't literally want to land on his head, but yeah, just barely enough presence of mind to not do the swan dive. Yeah. So unless you guys are going to try to continue to pursue or something, we don't have to be an initiative.
No.
Yeah,
mean,
I
you're still
think I
struggling
would
against
go
Carolina.
to. I think I would release Nedry, and then I would go over to the balcony and like try to
that's-
see
Yeah, they're
Like, where they went.
continuing to just like run for the wall, like into the trees.
I would watch them because I want to see if they disappear when they after they left the house or the grounds or like
Sure.
what happens.
Make a perception check to try to sort of follow their progress.
About how far away are they?
Well, I mean they're running, so like how far away? Like what, you want to do a spell?
Are
that
they
would have
within
a range or
120
something?
feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I hold my little pen up to my forehead and I cast message towards the closest one.
Okay.
Please don't run away. We just want to know what you've seen.
He starts screaming, "They're in my head! They're in my head!" And he keeps running.
I mean, technically true.
Yeah.
That roll is only a 7. Is rolling really
Yeah.
crappy on these perception checks.
The trees are kind of overgrown enough that they're able to get out of your line of sight pretty quickly, unfortunately. You do notice though that the bushes where they landed are like disrupted, like a person landed on them.
I was curious, the furniture that he had, fallen on, if it felt like regular, substantial
Yeah, you check it.
furniture.
You pick up it. It's basically like a chunk of a bedpost that he stepped on, and it like slid out from under him. But you can find the chunk and pick it up. It seems solid.
They seem fully corporeal. Huh.
Did
Well, and
they,
we are too.
Were they wearing like normal clothing for today?
I mean, it looked old, but only in the sense of like they're wearing old leather armor, not in like a.
Not like in a style that's like 60 or 80 years old.
No.
Huh.
I really wish we were able to talk to them longer. I wanted to perform a few experiments, like say anything that I had on me. Would that pass through them too?
I couldn't tell if they could even understand us.
Well, they sort of got the
They
gist.
they heard sound, but did they hear words?
Yeah. And they reacted poorly to Carolina.
Well, she was trying to scare them. It
This
was pretty
house
effective,
isn't
actually.
safe. They shouldn't be in here. We probably shouldn't be in here, but
Yeah, but they acted
Is
like
what
they
it
saw a
is.
ghost, and she's, normal.
Well, maybe.
I
You see
don't
him
know.
kind of adjust the
It's
robe
like
where it's been unfurled.
something
ground.
weird happened when we walked in here. So I don't.
That's
don't-
what
I
I'm
don't-
worried about. Like, what happened when we walked in here with the deed? Did something happen to us, or did something happen to them? Because how did they get past all the undead that we had to get past?
Well, they probably just climbed up the balcony, or they jumped out.
And clearly people have been in here before, but nobody seems to know the truth about what happened here. So maybe they're not seeing all that stuff.
And they weren't expecting us, so they could be the wine drinker. So
At
that
least he
means there's
found
someone
wine.
Yeah.
else in the house. At least one more person in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found wine, though. These guys didn't seem to find anything.
Yeah.
Don't really know what direction the wine drinker went, or assuming it was up here.
Well,
I wonder if it's a demi-plane.
Carolina, one thing you notice that you guys may have not seen on the map is that there is like a pathway to another room, like where you came out from where the stairs were. Right next to it, there's another door to like the other part of the tower there. And so I think as you, if you look down that hallway, you see that there's like another room in there that you can see like some rubble.
yeah, I don't necessarily want to go in, but I'll poke my head in a little
Sure.
bit just to see.
Yeah, poking your head in a little bit, I think you see that it's a bed chamber, but much nicer than any of the ones you've seen so far. With one concession that generally you don't want your nice bedroom to have a bunch of debris all over the floor, which seems to be in the center of the room, but you can't see that area very well without going further into the room.
Do we,
Oh,
do
what's
we want
in
to check
there?
out this
All
one?
right.
There seems to be another door too, right
Yeah.
by where we were.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Sticking
opening
close
anyway.
to Trina.
Yeah. So as you go into that room, this is a bedroom that you would guess before it was ransacked, because it still clearly has been, would have been the bedchamber of like perhaps nobility or just someone high up. It's much more exquisitely appointed, except that it still has had someone go through and steal all the stuff. And then in particular, in the center of the room there, you recall that when you were at the base of the tower that there was cracks in the plaster on the ceiling. And you can see that at that location, there is a bunch of bricks and debris that have fallen from the ceiling above. You look up and you can actually see all the way through the floor to the next level up. So like something made a big hole in the floor on the next level up. And what you're seeing here is the pile of debris that resulted.
Wow.
Oh. That's either gonna give us some answers or be big trouble. Probably both, but whatever did that was really strong.
Yeah. Got thrown very hard.
Is there a door in front of me there, or is that open?
Oh, yes, that's a door. You go in there?
If it's not locked.
It's not. And in there is what looks, so those beds that you see in that room are actually bunk beds. And this is it's much nicer than the bedrooms that you think might have been servants' quarters in the other wing of the first floor. But they're bunks. You would guess that these were student quarters.
Okay. You guys
they
look
been,
around in those two rooms, and we'll look around in this room.
Yep, I'm looking for things.
Okay.
I'll try
Yeah,
not.
so-
If I don't see Carolina around, I'll lift up one of the corners of the mattress.
Yeah. So you look around in that the student bunks there, and you don't find anything else of interest in there. In the noble bedchamber there, it's all the more obvious in this case that someone has been through to take valuables already, because not only are there just no like knickknacks or anything, but there's a few places where it looks like there was gold inlay on some of the furniture that someone has literally gouged out, that sort of thing. So you don't find anything else of interest in that room.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Does
not
this
so much
room-
looking for valuables when I do this. I'm looking more for like, I don't know, notes and things and more personal stuff than necessarily valuable.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
You don't find anything else in there.
Can we all rendezvous in the corridor and
Well,
check out finish this one room to the south so that we're not leaving an unexplored room behind us?
what does the purpose look like of that room that we were in with the?
That was it
Thieves.
was also a bedroom. Like the smashed furniture was clearly a bed frame.
Oh, okay. But as a single bed.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was
No,
Headmaster's.
let's move the other way. I want to check out
Oh,
the door over
You said the
here.
other room. Oh, okay. That
The one to the south. You know,
Yeah,
like
the
like
one
you
that
said.
would be
the
behind
other
us.
south.
There are many souths.
Yeah. There are many souths, but one is mine. All right, so that door, as I mentioned, was open just a crack.
All right.
Cracky.
I'm going to try to gently push it open.
All right. You open it, and in there is another very fancy bed chambers, also ransacked. But as you enter, the like dust and soot begins to swirl up again. But one of them looks a bit more fully formed than the other, and as this sort of like soot and ash and this shade of magic begins to take form, one of them is very similar to the sort of ash zombies you have fought before, but the other one, hang on, let me put them, that token doesn't read very as much as I'd like. So the bottom token here is the one that's like what you've seen before. But the top one, it seems to have much more coherent arms and legs. And you realize that even though they're still made of the same sort of like material, it's clearly got weapons in its hands. And it's got a much more sort of conscious, aware posture. And when it raises its head up to look at you, its eyes and mouth glow. And we're rolling initiative again.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
But our starting positions have been a little different. I don't think Nedry would have gone into the wrong room.
I wanted to see what all the fuss was about in the other room. Then by the
I
time he
mean,
gets
I
there,
guess,
there's
like, if you want to make a case for being in different positions than you were, let me know.
I would like to be back by the door and not cut off from support.
Sure. I'll allow it.
All right.
but then we don't have them surrounded.
I only see one creature on the map.
I
Right
know,
there, I
that's
think.
what I was trying to say, is that one of the tokens is this thing, is
Oh, okay.
a
Wow.
token, and it doesn't look like the others. It doesn't have the, like, it, and it's partly
All
is
right.
that the little artwork is upside down on it, so it makes it, and also, like, just the way, hang on, let me, I'm making it, it's not actually a large creature, I'm just making it bigger so you can actually see the token.
Oh, now I can see a face.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's what it is. It is a medium creature, but I'm just making the token bigger so you can see it. All right. That one is. Hang on. Sorry, I'm rolling initiative for them too. Have you guys all got your new initiatives, or are you still doing your other one?
I got trying to end sequential locked, 17 and 15.
Okay.
Yep, I rolled the same as last time.
Nedra got a 5 this time.
Okay. So, we've got the Ash Zombie with 4. The other thing, which I am going to call a Dread Warrior, gets a 12. I'm going to actually make his token 1 square again. So, okay. Everyone have their correct initiatives on the tracker there?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So Trina, you are up. You see these things beginning to form, and what would she do in that circumstance?
I think that she would charge right in
Yeah.
and whack it with her great axe.
Yeah, the one with the weapons clearly looks up at you in a I would say a pretty obviously malevolent glee. You know, it's one of those evil ghost faces. You know.
So yeah, great axe. Well,
Yeah.
12 to hit.
A 12 misses, as what happens is she slashes at it with her axe, expecting it to behave like the others, but instead her axe glances off of what feels like chainmail.
I think she just has, one attack per action.
Yeah.
She's used all of her rages, so no bonus action.
All right.
Did you account for the short rest?
Yeah, she only recharges them during a long rest.
All right. Hang on, I'm going to give us some battle music here. All right. So that is the end of her turn. Yeah?
Yes.
Your turn, sequential. You're probably not fully aware what's going on, except you heard trying to charge in.
I heard a ruckus. So, get in. 5, 10, 15, 20. Can't. Or could they see something? From the doorway.
Yeah, kinda. I would say if you're gonna be making like a spell attack or a melee attack or a ranged attack, it would be, I think probably 3/4 cover through all those people in the doorway. So that would be like a +5 to their AC.
Yeah, may as well try. May as well try to freeze it. Wait, that's the wrong dice. That's a D6. That doesn't help anything.
No.
Why? I don't know why it did that. Click and... Oh, here we go. Cast. But why is it doing a D6? Oh, because it's a saving throw. It's not an...
Yeah. That would explain it.
That would... Yeah, that makes sense. It's a Constitution 13.
Yeah. So it gets a 14.
So saves.
Yeah.
Takes no damage. Has no effect.
All right. It is now its turn, and with Trina rushing in, it makes sort of a hissing like yes, and then it raises its sort of shadowy weapon, which as you watch, what looks like it was maybe a sword before accumulates more like material around it, expanding out the head to resemble a battle axe. And then it makes 2 swings at Trina. That's going to be a 16 to hit and another 16 to hit.
Armor class 17.
Okay. She is able to deflect both of those attacks. All right. Well done, Trina. And that makes it Carolina's turn.
Let's see. That one looks different. He looks harder, and I saw that she didn't hit the thing. So I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
So that's a.
So you
wisdom
see
save.
her she's looking at the creature, and her mouth is moving, but you're not.
Okay. It got a
Mhm.
15 on its wisdom save.
Dang. Okay.
This one's clearly more
Yeah,
like
half as
mentally
much
present.
damage. So half of 9 would be 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
All right. It sort of shakes its head almost like a dog or something, just like.
But it didn't do the poof thing.
No.
Bonus.
We learned something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to the last thing. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
All right, Nedry. You hear
Hey,
them
what's
doing
going
something
on?
in the other room.
Da-da, da-da, da-da. Ooh, is there something more? That's it.
All right. Okay, it is now this ash zombie's turn, and I think it's gonna wander up this way and attack Sinhorn. And it's gonna get a 9 to hit, which probably doesn't hit you, right? Sinhorn?
No. Armor class 18.
Yeah. It moans
Ooh.
mournfully. Your turn, Zinhorn.
Oh, let's have some fun. I am going to attack with my breath weapon.
Okay.
So I smile real big, electricity running down my teeth and then shooting out at it. And it needs to beat a dex of 11.
Are you trying to get both of them? You can. If you step kind of to the side a little bit, I'll let you have it.
Sure,
hit
I'll
both
try
the
and get
enemies.
both of them.
Sure. Great. So dexterity save they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dex of 11.
The ash zombie directly in front of you gets a 12. The other one, the dread warrior, gets a 2. It actually has a higher dex modifier, but it rolled lower by comparison. So
Oh, I did
yeah.
that wrong.
So the ash zombie succeeds, but the other one fails.
Okay. Roll 2d6. So the ash zombie takes 5 points and the other one takes 11.
All right.
And I'm going to summon a spiritual hammer.
All right. Yeah, so that did enough damage to the this other thing that it sort of recoils and the ash zombie poofs. So that's going to be the Constitution saving throw that you've all come to know and love for Zinhorn and Trina.
And Trina.
And
Yeah.
what's the saving?
It's
What's the
Constitution.
target?
You just have to beat 10.
Okay.
All right, Trina succeeds.
14. Woot, woot.
19.
All right, you both succeed. You're onto these things tricks by now. They're not going to get ash in your eyes again. All right. That's the end of your turns in Horn. Unless,
Nope.
Oh,
It's not.
Okay, go
Spiritual
ahead.
hammer.
Virtual hammer. That reminds me. I've said this 3 sessions in a row, but I need to make a token for your spiritual hammer. But I'll continue to use this one in the meantime. Where do you summon it?
I'm going to summon it right there. Yep,
Okay.
Where I can hit either one of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Which one this time?
And I'm gonna go to get rid of the ash zombie first,
Sure.
and I got a 17.
17 definitely hits.
All right. So that's 1d8 plus 2. Nine points of damage.
Okay. It takes that damage. Doesn't like it. But it is still up for now.
right.
All right, are you going to stay right there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We're back up to Trina's turn.
Yes. Trying to shall swing again at the thing in front of it.
Yeah.
In front of her. Oh no.
Yeah.
14.
It raises its arm, and the ash seems to spread out to make a shield, and it deflects her attack. And it gives sort of a hissing, like, whispery laugh. All right. Is she going to stay right there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sequential.
So let's see if they're blocking the doorway. They
You can move through
I
us.
can't.
Well, you can't
I
move
can't
through
move
where
through
zombie
it.
is, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I should have moved. Sorry.
You'll know for next time.
Can't move through it. Can I beam around Zenhorn?
Yeah, it'll have half
It
cover,
can
though.
move. Oh, so actually, yeah. Again, we'll
Or,
do
yeah, do the
frostbite.
saving throw one. Okay.
Yeah. So Constitution 13 save.
All right. It got a 13 exactly.
Womp womp.
Okay. Anything else?
I guess move out of the way.
All right. It is the Dread Warrior's turn. It is going to continue to try to attack Trina because neither of them have been able to hit each other so far. But it tries again with its battle axe. It makes 2 attacks, an 18 and a 19. That's a little better.
It hit.
All
Double
right.
hit.
It is got its shadowy shield up, so it's just doing one-handed. But that's going to be 6 and 7 for a total of 13 slashing damage.
Shwink. All right. Ouch.
Yeah. Okay, that's its turn. Carolina.
There's not a whole lot I can do here without, let's see, I've got, well, I did have, if I can find it. There it is. I have a short bow, but I need to, that is like 80 feet, so I'd have to back way up to try to hit it.
Well, no, you don't. I mean,
It's
you don't have to be 80 feet away. You could hit something.
It's because it says 80 and 320 for the range.
Well, yeah. So what that means is that something within 80 feet is normal, and then after that you could. attack
Oh,
at
okay. I
disadvantage.
thought it was
Yeah.
min.
You'd have
Okay.
disadvantage past 80 up
Yeah.
to.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only
Now
time you get
you would
disadvantage
have
on ranged weapons is
disadvantage
next to
if
it.
you're trying to attack something in melee, but.
Okay, so I am going to pull out the short bow and try to hit the one standing in front of Zinhorner.
Okay.
'Cause that's
Yeah,
the one I
it
can
will
see.
have half cover because it's basically on the other side of a doorway that Zinhorn's blocking. But give it a shot.
Yeah, I will give it a shot.
Natural 1. Is that a natural 1? Yeah, it is. It's a natural
Is it?
1. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I can't tell because it just says 6. So
Yeah,
yeah,
well, it's 'cause
okay,
it's
I guess so.
highlighted-
Show you.
highlighted.
I am
6 plus
over
5.
rolling on this thing. I am not doing that anymore.
Okay,
Crap
well,
rolls.
I'm going to say with that natural 1, go ahead and roll your damage.
Dang, I'm sorry, Zinhorn. Nope, that's right.
Message for you, sir.
Yeah. Whoa,
Ouch.
shoot. That's 9 piercing damage, Zinhorn.
Oh, right in the back.
That was a good roll.
That was
Yeah.
max.
Max damage.
This
Nice.
thing hates me. Okay.
No, it hates Zinhorn,
Lesson
apparently.
She just kind of, I'm so sorry, like drops the bow. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
Now, my character sheet says I have 17 more hit points than my max, which I
Okay.
guess somebody gave me temporary hit points, but
I-
that seems kind of high.
I don't. I mean, I have no idea why that would be. Why would you have
All right.
had 17?
I'm going to guess that was a mistake.
Yeah.
And if you're in D&D Beyond, temporary hit points are a separate position.
Yeah, I can't see it right
Hang
this
on, let me-
second. I got to get out of full screen.
Hang on, I can look at it as well.
All right.
Um,
Yeah. All right. So I took how many? 9?
yeah.
Ow.
Did you already turn it off? Because I'm seeing just the normal amount. 21.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
turned it off.
All right. Okay, so that would be the 9 damage. Didn't go so well for Carolina there. Nedry.
Let's see. Oh, it's just another one of those things. Wait, there's something else behind it.
Can I actually see this thing?
I think just barely if you move a little bit south.
Okay. So he's kind of going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's new.
Touches his pen to his forehead and whispers, and I will cast a message towards it as I
Okay.
sort of point towards it. And it's a flurry of questions.
Who are you? What are you? How do you see us? Do we look normal? Who do you think we are?
It can answer, and and you can answer this message.
I am your dad!
That's not very helpful.
I concur.
like
I mean,
you
I
could
agree.
use
I'm
a
on your
throat
side
lock.
in this argument. All right. That makes it the Ash Zombie's turn. It's going to try to wail on Zinhorn again. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that is what it's going to do.
I'm very
Okay.
popular.
Yeah. It gets a 4,
That's
which is
not
a natural 1 for it, actually. Yeah. So, I think it falls prone. It swings at you and it just sort of loses its coherence and sort of collapses briefly before reforming. So it's temporarily prone,
Okay.
which, you know what? I'm gonna have it go ahead and be unprone though, because it can use its movement to stand back up, which it does. But that's it. Okay, that makes it your turn, Zinhorn.
All right. I'm going to move over here. And I'm going to attack the zombie again with my mace.
I just dropped a d6 on my dog's face.
Did it bless it?
I don't know. He kind of looked up at me like, not too startled, but just a little bit of like a, why did you do that expression.
That wasn't food.
It was like,
Natural 20.
oh yeah?
Woot,
There you go.
woot, there it is.
Nice. So go ahead and roll double the dice, calculating your damage.
All right. So that would be 2d6 plus 3.
Okay.
8 points of
so-
damage.
8 would reduce it to 0, but as you have encountered with these things before, it has undead fortitude. So it's going to make a constitution saving throw where it is trying to beat 5 plus the damage taken, which is 8, so it's trying to get 13. It got a 16, so you see it almost fall apart, but then it solidifies again, holding it together just barely with 1 hit point. So, you wish to try again with your spiritual weapon?
I do.
All right. Let's take a swing. Swing away, Spirit Hammer.
Uh,
23 is pretty good. Yeah, that'll hit.
And the spiritual hammer does 28 plus 2. 6 more points.
Okay, so now it's making that same saving throw where it's going to have to beat 5 plus 6, so for 11. And this time it only got a 6, so it is destroyed.
Rush.
Collapses back into dust.
All right. And now there's room for everyone else to come in and dogpile on this thing.
There is. That's correct. Okay. Trina's turn.
Woof. Trying to swing. Better. Come on. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. This thing is sort of dancing around. It's showing off at this point. It's like stunting on her with the with the armor. It's like,
Ooh.
okay.
So gonna hurt.
She doesn't have any more rages, but I'd imagine she's still pretty mad.
Oh, she's raging.
Yeah. All right, that would be Sequential's turn.
Sequential shall charge straight up, and this time unleash the bread sprayer in burst mode.
Oh, nice. Okay, so remind me what it has to do.
So in burst mode, when activated, 10-foot cone, flashbang cone. All creatures within the cone take 1d4 fire damage and must succeed DC 13 Dex.
Okay. So
3 points of fire damage.
Okay, so it's making dexterity saving throw. It gets a 16.
Saving throw or else. Okay, so it didn't get the or else, so it's not restrained.
Yeah. So, but you have now filled the room with a 10-foot cone of flash baked bread, which I'm going to draw onto the onto our
Ooh,
and suddenly the room smells like fresh baked bread.
And it did not deplete. It has more juice.
So it kind of knocks the Dread Warrior aside, and now there's a bunch of bread in the room.
Drat. I have more movement, so I'll move down here.
All right. Okay, so it is its turn now, and I think it kind of gives sort of a side eye to the bread, and continues to attack.
Is the bread making it difficult terrain to move through?
I think if it was trying to move through it, but it was really just pushed to the side, is how it avoided being.
I'm more thinking of the rest of us. If we just cut the room.
Yeah,
in half.
no, there is a 10-foot cone of bread filling the room now. And because it's magic, it's actually perfectly done and not doughy or soggy in the middle. It's a good bake. But it's going to attack with its battle axe on Trina some more. It's a 23 to hit for another 3 damage, and then a 22 to hit for for 10 damage. So that's another 13 damage for Trina.
Yikes.
Hmm.
13.
Yeah. It says. And then it is Carolina's turn.
Let's see. There's not a ton that I can do right anymore. Yep. So I guess keep wanting to move my token on the Zoom call, but it's not gonna work. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna go here, and because I don't think how high up is this? Does it give
So-
the
10-foot
creature
cone,
cover?
so yeah,
Right.
at the end it's
It's
10,
big.
and then it'll taper down.
Yeah, it's basically a cone shape. So at the thick end, it's like the base is a 10-foot, 5-foot radius circle, but at the other end, it's narrow. So
Okay. Well then, yeah.
It's a three-dimensional conic solid.
Trying to figure out where I should. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him from there.
Yeah, I'll stop there, and I'm gonna tentatively, like, I feel bad. I feel so bad that I'm gonna try with my short bow again.
Okay.
This time I'm gonna roll my regular dice,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a 15.
A 15 does not hit. He deflects it with his shadowy sword or shield.
Dang it. And then I'm gonna keep clicking on the wrong window. I will use the rest of my movement to go over here.
Okay. Nedry, you're up. Got lots of movement calculations.
Yeah. I think, let's see here. I should be able to get to there on my normal movement.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take the dodge action and
Okay.
stare at it to try to figure out more about it.
Okay.
Or if that requires an action,
Well-
then I can do that instead of dodge.
Yeah, like
What
I
are
think if
you?
you if you want to make a check to see more about it, then you have to do that instead of the dodge action.
Sure.
Okay. So like an investigation check would work, unless you think one of your other checks would tell you more of the specifics you would want to know.
I mean, investigation is looking at the details. Arcana
Sure.
may be at its magic, but I can't really tell that much from outside. So, yeah, just kind of staring at it, trying to figure out if it's different than the other ones, if it's the same thing underneath all this, whatever. And you're new. But that's only a 14.
Okay. I think you don't really understand the precise mechanism of what's happening in any real solid way, but what kind of rings through your head is what you were saying before about some of these things seeming like they're sort of attempts at recreation of perhaps real people that were here, and you suspect that this one might be like more dangerous and more evil because whatever is doing the recreation thought of it that way.
He just sort of pulls out his notes and starts looking at them, half not really paying attention to the creature itself in front of him.
Yeah. All right. That makes it Zinhorn's turn.
All right. How many hit points is Trina down?
A lot.
Down 9 out of 35. I added
she-
it to
she
her
has
token
9
thing.
remaining.
I don't know if it shows up.
Is anyone else
I don't think anyone else even took any hits.
other than me?
Oh, well, yeah.
Let me see.
Nobody counts you. Haha.
I'm going to move one over and I'm going to touch Trina. And I'm going to do Cure Wounds at second level.
All right. Very nice.
2d8 plus 8. No, 2d8 plus not 8. 2d8 plus 2 is more like it.
Ooh,
She
that's
gets
pretty
16
good.
back.
Nice.
Pretty damn near max, so yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Sure, she feels a lot better.
Yes.
All right, just in
Thank
time
you.
for her turn.
Um,
Oh, and
mo- bonus action.
Sure, you move that spiritual weapon over.
Yep.
Yeah. Where do you want it?
I want it right on top of the bad guy. Or between the
It can't
bad
be in the
guy
same
and the
square.
dog.
Between
What?
the bad guy and you could have it here,
Yeah,
like
that works.
hovering over the bread. Let me.
Sure.
Here we go. Yeah, you can do that. Make that attack.
22.
22 hits.
Plus 2. 10 points of
there you go.
damage.
Yeah.
Oh, max.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. This thing's definitely taken some damage now. It's looking a little bit more ragged, but it seems like if you could read the body language from this undead, ashy assassin creature, you would get the impression that it's having a lot of fun. All right, that makes it Trina's turn.
All right, Trina's gonna
it
hold
another
her
shot.
great axe up with her trunk,
Hmm?
spit in each hand, grab it again,
Let's do it.
swing. Swing.
Huh? No. Wow, what is all with all these really low rolls?
And the virtual die on the screen looks like it's leaning between 4 and 14. I don't know what that's about.
Well, 4 is what it populated over here. But yeah, that's
Yep.
those are some low rolls so far. Alas, it deflects that attack as well. Sequential, your turn.
Now she's extra raging.
Don't forget to give her hit points. It looks like it has
Oh,
an update
yeah.
on her token.
Yes. Is let's see, would sequential be able to kind of scoot around the cone to the south?
Yeah, consider it difficult terrain to get through that one square, but yeah.
Cool. So like 5, 10, 15.
Yeah.
You can get around. They can get around there. Sweet. I-beam again. This is gonna have to stick. Constitution 13 saving throw.
Well, the making it's hard to hit with attack rolls, so. Dang, I just realized I didn't have my backup audio recording going, which is fine. I can do it another way. You like to have a backup, and I didn't have the backup going, but it's fine. You didn't even actually need to know that. You were waiting for me to have it make a Constitution saving throw, which we'll do right now, and get a 12.
Yay, fail. 6 points. Wait, yeah, 6 points of frosty damage and disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Ooh, okay, yeah. It is not down, but it is very close. All right. Yeah. Do your I-beam make a noise? Does it go whoomp, or is it some other noise?
I think it'd be a little more crystally, sparkly.
Nice. Okay. So that is Sequential's turn. It is its turn now, and it has targets aplenty, and it's going to share the love. It's going to give one to Nedry, but it has disadvantage because of the frostbite. So that's a 10 to hit Nedry.
That's a miss.
Ducks out of the way, and Sequential, you're getting the other one. No longer at disadvantage.
All right.
This one uses weapons.
Dirty 20 to hit
Ooh.
for
A hit.
3 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, Carolina, your turn.
Okay. So,
Look how messy this little bread thing makes the room look. Well, I suppose that's fitting, because if you think about it, a 10-foot cone of freshly baked bread in the middle of the room, you would probably not think of it as a tidy room anymore.
But it smells
It
fantastic.
does. Yeah, it was all musty before, but now it's just like, oh, that's really good. Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna move over here, and I am going to sort of like in between the space between the bread and Sequential, gonna dive through with my rapier to
Nice.
stab at it.
Stab.
And that landed on its side. That is a 15.
A 15 misses, unfortunately. You feel the rapier's point. It looks like it should just be more of that ashy sort of material, like the smoldering embers or something, but then your rapier like pings off of it like chainmail.
Man, I can't hit anything right now. Must be this place.
Yeah, that's it.
Not just you, sister.
Nedry, you're up.
Well, I think it responds to corporeal damage. I will attempt to stab it with my dagger.
Let's see how that goes.
Let's see how that goes. Let's see. That is a 10.
A 10 misses. It, like, I don't even think it looks down. It just, you plink off of its weird armor, and it doesn't even look down at you.
Theory unproven.
All right, Zinhorn.
Let's mess this thing up. I'm gonna hit it with my mace.
Well, you'd have to move around.
I have to move into the bread.
Yeah, I think that the bread is in the way from
Okay.
the south. I don't think you can get at him from that direction.
Okay. I guess I will throw my dagger at it.
All right. At the perfect angle where if you get a natural 1, Carolina's right there.
I can repay Carolina.
No. I'm just teasing. Like if you got a natural 1, I was joking that you, yeah. But you didn't get a natural 1. You got a 14. Unfortunately, that's still not enough. I think it is deflected off the shield and sticks into the bread.
All right.
And
so
it releases even more of that good bread smell.
I will use my spiritual hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 15.
It misses. This thing is adept with its armor and shield. And it's clearly, like, you guys have got it surrounded now, and it's hard to hit, but it's clearly outmatched. It does not seem to care. It seems like it's having the time of its death. So, Trina, your turn.
Trina is going to throw down her battle axe,
Ah,
pull out the scimitar and short sword, and make 2 attacks
all right.
using her bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Oops. Try it. Scimitar. 13.
Unfortunately, no. 18
Short
is what you're looking
sword.
for. Nope.
15. Ah!
I mean, that, yeah, these things are tough. 18 armor class is hard. But yeah, so unfortunately, it deflects both of her attacks. Sequential.
I mean, I will go ahead and do a dagger attack, I suppose,
All right.
as well. For
18 hits.
18 for
And
3
so
points of damage.
it had 3 hit points, but it also has the undead fortitude. So it is now going to make a Constitution saving throw to see for 5 plus 3. So it only needs to get an 8, and it gets a 15. So it's still up with 1 hit point.
Oh,
And its head turns all the way around on its shoulders, and then it does that little. All right, that makes it its turn, and I think it's actually going to turn the rest of the way around and make another attack at sequential.
hello.
Yeah. And it gets a 10 to hit, which probably misses.
Yes.
Then another attack at Carolina with a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And it does 5 damage to you, slashing damage. All right. That makes it your turn, Carolina. You gonna stand for this? It just attacked you with an axe.
Don't like this thing. Try to hit it with my sword again.
You know what's even worse?
She's like half in tears, just frustrated.
And you know what's worse? It's like you can tell that it knows you don't like it, and it likes that you don't like it. What a jerk.
Well, that also didn't hit because it's 11. The stupid bread is in my way!
No. Don't blame the bread. All right. The bread's helping. Anyway. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay, Nedry.
Kind of contemplating holding the dagger out. I wonder if you would have been known as Chanticleer's pet assassin.
And if there's no response, or even if there is, he's probably going to try to stab it. Seems like the thing to do.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
That is a 14 to hit, so nope.
14, nope.
And
Alright.
so... Nope, that's it.
But, Zinhorn, yeah, your turn.
Can't tell if I have more than one dagger at the moment, so I'm just going to use my sling.
All right.
And that is at +1.
I've never completely understood how a sling works.
I can explain it to you if you would like. Natural 20, that's
There
how
you
it
go.
works.
Yeah.
All right, well, roll the damage.
1d4 plus 1.
We probably don't have to actually spend time on the stream explaining how sling works.
3 points.
I mean, I guess I just always feel it seems like the release mechanism would disrupt the trajectory in a way that would be difficult to control as well. So, did you roll the extra d4, right, for the crit?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 5.
5. Okay, so it's going to make a Constitution saving throw to try to beat 10. It gets a 12. Still up.
All right,
Your sling
spiritual
stone
hammer.
penetrates it, and it starts to sag, but then... And then the spiritual weapon?
16.
16 misses. And this spectral hammer clanks off of its shield. All right. Trying his turn again.
Impotent Rage, Scimitar. 15. Short sword.
Oh,
12.
you guys are having the darndest time getting 18 on here. Yeah. Clank, clank. Sequential. And then the undead fortitude too, right?
Right, yeah. Try another frostbite. Constitution 13 save.
All right. It gets a 9, so it fails to save.
Right. 2 points. Frosty.
So as to make a Constitution save again, it has to beat 7. It gets a 15. Yeah.
Doink.
But it would still have the effect though. Disadvantage.
Yes, a
on
disadvantage
its attack,
on
which
first
is,
attack.
Not insignificant here. All right, so I think at this point it's almost like a whirling dervish. It's just going around in the circle, just. So it's back around to attacking Trina. So that's a 9 on. Actually, that's let me. So yeah, it's a 9 on Trina. That's gonna miss.
Yes.
And then one on Nedry for 12.
Miss.
Miss? Yeah. So no attacks, no hits from it this time. Carolina, your turn. You can see it's barely holding
It's
itself
so
together.
close.
It is still in existence out of sheer malevolent desire to kill.
What are you? That is a 13 plus 5, so I got an 18 that
18
time.
hits. 18 hits. Roll damage.
What was my rapier? D8 plus 3. 4.
Okay, so it's trying to beat 9. And it got a 4!
Yes!
You can see the rapier pierces it through the throat, and you can see it turning around and it's sort of shaking and it's and then it just sort of disintegrates.
Is that 3 for 3 or longer that this streak that Carolina's had is on for the Major Big Bads? That seems to be getting pretty amazing, actually.
So as it fades away, the whole room has that sort of shimmer again, and you see another one of the little motes of light appear in the room.
Does all of its does its sword and so forth also vanish?
Yeah. The weapons were actually made from the same material and just somehow managed to magically replicate the armor and shield and so on.
Ryan is going to stab her weapons into the bread and grab a chunk and storm off over here and
Just sulk and
kick
sit in the
stuff.
corner and eat some bread.
Revel in the smell of fresh bread.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Carolina is rushing over. I am so sorry! Practically in tears. I haven't had much practice with that thing. I'm so sorry.
Apology accepted. Please try not to do it again. It's not so well.
Ooh, it's another MIR.
And I'm going to just press it.
Yeah. So as Nedry activates this little mote, you see that what looks like someone in noble garb, cowering behind someone in armor, and this shadow creature is in the doorway, stalking in that direction. And the man in noble garb is backing away, saying, "Stop, this is all a misunderstanding. I'm not the head of the Reclaimers like my father was. I'm not involved, I just live here. Please, please." And then the shadow creature attacks the guard, and it actually evades a couple of strikes and stabs with its sword. Actually, it has a battle axe, and it's slashing. It trades a couple of blows before the shadow creature kills it, and then proceeds to kill the man in the noble garb, and then leave the room.
The soldier that was standing in front of the noble, did it look like the soldier that was just animated?
Yeah.
I have a
Guys,
feeling.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yep.
Really? Because I'm kind of liking this. I don't have
What
his
if it-
name
what if-
on record.
What if at the end of all of this, it's that swirling energy, really bad creature that's controlling all of these things?
It's a plausible
Think
theory.
it's still here? Possibility.
If it had a particular mission, it might have waited around. Although it didn't attack the others.
But
It was waiting around
who's
for who
really
actually
here?
owned the academy. Which I guess is us now.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. It may slaughter anybody who enters this room.
Yep.
Well, maybe. Although I don't see any bodies around.
Yeah, but there's also the thing that puts everything back the way that it was.
Carolina
True.
picks up, grabs a handful of bread, and starts eating her feelings.
Yeah.
That could be another manifestation of a spirit of the place. If there was some sort of servant spirit, lesser perhaps than Sunya, but still able to actually clean things up. It would be thinking, oh, well, that's out of place. I have to clean it.
Yeah.
Especially after so long.
Yeah. I mean, that's a
But imagine if
possibility.
that deed did actually transform us in some way. Not necessarily actually transform us, just sort of put us on a different plane of existence, sort of. Which is why we can see things that the others don't and actually are attacked by them.
So kind of like ethereal plane where you have partial existence.
A demi-plane of some kind. Also, if this fellow was protesting, and I believe that was probably Lord Elric, the person who I thought was in charge.
I think it's Edric.
Is it Edric? Okay.
Lord Edric, Chanticleer.
I hadn't flipped through that part of my book yet.
Yes, it is.
Eldrick. Okay.
Who was on the plaque down below, and he was protesting that he didn't actually run the place. He just sort of owned it and lived here.
The plaque
So
did
that might have
refer to
been-
him as noble host.
Yeah. So it is entirely possible that we're sort of drawing out the creature, because if it's still here and didn't finish its mission, it was actually looking for someone who was in charge. But it doesn't quite fit. It's a mystery.
It is. I need some healing. Does anyone else need healing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to still down 10.
I think as
I mean,
trying to,
more than healing, I'm feeling pretty tuckered out. I mean,
I think trying to, as she's kind of stomping around, sort of working out her frustration, she accidentally kicks something, and you all hear something metal sort of skitter across the floor.
What was that?
what's that?
Who goes to pick it up?
Squinch will pick it up.
It is a ring.
What does it look like?
Hang on, let me see if there's an official description of it.
Great.
Well, I was just wondering if maybe it was left behind by, like, if it had a noble crest on it or something.
It is
A few minutes and I can tell you if it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to spell. Let's see. It has a sapphire gem in it, and it's a gold ring with the sapphire, as mentioned, and the sort of embellishment on the sides of the ring make it look a little bit like sort of just trying to think how to describe it. It would be sort of like waves, but not so much ocean waves as much as just like a shock wave, almost like from an explosion. Just like ripples. Ripples is a better way to describe it, perhaps. It's got the sapphire, and then the rest of the ring almost looks like it's rippling out from where the gem is.
Well, we could take a few minutes and see if it's magic.
Definitely worth looking closer at. But I'm wondering if, I don't know. I'm wondering if we should continue here or we should head back and come back, or
Nedry looks like you shot his dog.
this is gonna. I
We
mean, if
can't
this is gonna
leave
continuously get more dangerous, I need to recharge some components and reset some things, and I'm feeling vulnerable here.
Well, we can.
What does this room look like, actually?
So as described before, it is a very fancy bedchamber that, again, looks like someone has gone through to take all of the valuable stuff out of it, but it's clearly the largest of any that you've seen so far. It's got a kind of prominent location. It's got all these great windows with sort of a view. It looks like, I mean, based on some of what you've seen, it's not an unreasonable conclusion that it might have been Lord Edric Chanticleer's bedroom.
I mean,
Poking around, there's no, like, letters or personal effects or anything else like that left.
Found a ring. What else you want?
Yeah.
What are the odds that this
You got
would
a
get
cut
I like
scene
missed?
and
I like
a
the
ring.
good juicy gossip, so
You got a cutscene and a ring. Like, there's no pleasing you people.
Do you want to hold on to it, Nedry, so you can? I don't think anybody should try to wear it until you can try to
sure.
discern something more of it.
Well, my concern with trying to leave is, one, can we leave without, clearing this place? And two, if we leave, does everything, like, reset? Like, does it go back to how it was before we came in?
We'll find out, because like I'm out of second level spells.
But we don't have to leave. We could stay right here. This room looks plenty big, a little dusty.
I
You
mean,
wanna like
sure.
board
You know,
up
you hear fables and tales that, like, you know, if the sun shall set, we could be trapped here for all eternity. But that's just one theory. I don't know.
That's
I
a
guess
weird
we have
story.
food here now. Just takes
I
another
haven't heard
handful of
that.
bread.
I swear I've heard
Yeah.
old stories like that.
I mean,
So
it's
you
a
wanna-
testable theory.
you want to do some healing and then take a long rest here.
I think we're gonna
I mean,
take a long rest. We don't
Sure.
need to heal, do we?
Well, if we get interrupted in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to be at full hit points. And I'll get my spells back tomorrow or at the end of the rest.
I have a level 1 and a level 2 spell left that I've been hanging on because I didn't know if we were gonna try to charge through this place.
Trina and Sequential are both have exhausted all abilities.
Yeah. So
Every clicky click.
I think we need to take a long rest.
What time of day is it right now?
Well, so you can't really see outside because the windows all have the shutters closed. But when you came here in the morning, right? Like it was something like 10 a.m., I think we said, when you sort of first entered through the gate. And so it wouldn't have been that long since then. You took 2 short rests, so you would guess it would still be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 1 p.m.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I will say though that there's a meta element too, but I think as you're sort of talking about this and having this conversation, you all realize time does feel a little bit weird in here. There is a little bit of like, you do really have to consciously think about it. How long have we been here?
Well, I mean, I can
We
press
want to
on.
try to
if
go
I'm
out the
just-
front door, or what? What? I don't know that I really. I don't like it here. I don't know that I want to spend the night in this house. It's
really?
terrible during the day.
Yeah, just imagine what else it can do.
Oh, you can stay. Go ahead.
Okay. I've got a lot of notes to work on. So.
That was sarcasm, Nedry. I don't think you should stay.
I do think we should stay together.
If you want to like leave and go back to the castle and then come back tomorrow, I'm okay with that.
Well, because Lord Yolbear doesn't even know about this place. So, like, if something happened and we never came out, he would never know what happened to us.
There's
We
also another
sent him a
testable theory.
message.
What's that?
I thought
Well-
we sent him a message.
I think we told them where we were going. We came here.
I don't think so. We got the deed and we came straight here.
Yeah. Yeah, but we sent him a message.
Okay.
Did we?
I thought so.
Oh. I don't
Gosh,
think we
I'm
did.
suddenly blanking on it too. You guys are making me second guess myself.
I thought
I think
thought-
we just
I
came
remember
straight
people
here.
borrowing sending stones, but I don't remember
Yeah,
where
I
that
thought
was.
we borrowed a sending
I'm
stone.
gonna rule in game. You guys suddenly realize you can't remember if you did or not.
But the other testable theory is, well, you remember how those 3 people reacted to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We might go outside and everybody reacts to us like that, which will be kind
Sure.
of funny for a little while. Be a lot more testable at that point. But also would probably get us, I don't know, hunted. If we
Well,
were
the
as bad
first
as what
thing
they
we
would say
should
we
test is whether or not we can even leave.
were. It's true.
Anybody? Stupid question. Does anybody have a mirror? Like,
I would think that Carolina would.
I'd buy that.
Like, especially like in a disguise
Yeah.
kit or something, so she can make
I was
sure
gonna
that
say, I
she-
have thieves' tools, tinker's tools, some tools. I'm just curious if, the
so she like
reflection looks
rummage around
normal.
in her stuff and like she's just like you just hear all this like shuffling of
Yeah.
clothes and like jingling of bits and bobs. Like, oh,
Although
here
we
it
look
is.
normal, we look normal
Just
to
this
each
little
other. I don't know.
compact.
We look normal to each other. I don't know why we wouldn't look normal in a mirror, but
So
do we look normal?
I don't want to look, so I'm going to
Would you-
pass the
no,
compact to
no.
sequential so he can look.
Do we look normal?
Requires bending.
It looks normal. Your reflection looks exactly like you would expect it to. No skin, no flesh.
Guess we'll keep an eye out on the
That's
walls for
sequential
mirrors
space.
for mirrors
Yeah.
that are
Yeah,
grounded.
If we did slip into a demi-plane or a nearby plane, we would be relatively insubstantial also when we went outside. So there wouldn't actually be anything out there for us.
Maybe there's like a threshold you step through when you go through the door. Because it wasn't until we came, through the door into the basement that, there was that whole
How about
that
we
weird
walk out
energy.
the way that we came?
all the way back down to the basement. We could just go out the front door, couldn't we?
Or over
I mean,
the
it's
balcony.
off the hinges.
Really wanna get
Or
quick
over the
about it.
balcony if you really want to go quick. We can rig a rope.
I mean,
I mean, we
it
do have that
seems-
endless rope.
It seems safer to retrace our steps, but
Yep.
whatever.
1 sec, I need to take
Well, we
care of
went right
something.
by the front door. So I would think that we
Alright.
could just, go out that way. But if we want to try it.
Depends. I suppose it depends on how rigorously we went to test theories.
Also, we do know that the area by the front door is one of the places that we had been and sort of cleared already. So it wouldn't be like we were traveling back through a place we hadn't already been.
Mm-hmm.
It was also one of the few places that didn't have anything hostile. So if we did have to come back in, hopefully if this place does reset as you described it, there wouldn't be anything there, except maybe the moat.
Are we in a Dark Souls situation?
Can I save?
Gotta find.
Is there a typewriter in this room?
Sorry.
I guess we'll head downstairs towards the front door then, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. You go back down these same tower stairs as you just came up.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take you back down to the first floor map. There you are, coming down those stairs, just like you were. Actually, these tokens probably don't reflect your hit points from before because it's on a different map. So you might need to adjust them accordingly.
Why would we do that? There's nothing to attack us here. We're totally safe. It's perfectly fine. It's all right, Egon. It's all right.
Yeah.
Sequential's going to keep an eye out for like this couple, at least 2 spare pieces of wood that would be, I don't know, placard size.
Okay.
I think perhaps it might help to do something like this. And so as they're walking, he'll fiddle with some things. And essentially, one of the abilities is magical tinkering to create a visual effect up to 25 words on an object. Or it can emit sound, or you can record an audio message, or it can shine light. But so basically like, no trespassing under new management. Maybe we'll put one on maybe one on the front door, maybe one outside.
I think you mess up one of the letters because as you're sort of carrying the piece of wood away from where you picked it up, you feel like a little bit of a tug in your hands, but you're able to hang on to it. All right. So from here, do you remember where you're going?
Yes.
Huh?
Go this way. But I'm not going by myself. Y'all gotta come with.
Yep.
I'm waiting on you. You guys have control of your tokens. There you go.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. So the halls here that you had passed through are eerily quiet. You don't detect any motion or sound. There's no more sound of laughter or voices now that you scared those guys away. and you are back near the front entrance. Recall that the front entrance was boarded up.
But
Oh,
the doors looked
right.
like they were off the hinges, and the only thing keeping them in place really was the
Well,
boards on
yes,
the outside.
but yeah, so they boarded up the entrance, and then on the inside of the boards, they propped up the doors.
Or there was a back door that was like had been clearly used.
Yeah, there was like it was like over. Where did it go?
Over here
Yeah, back here.
by the porch. In fact, I think you fixed the door so it wouldn't open.
Yeah, there were some loose boards over a window.
That's right.
You guys are so scared to go anywhere.
So I guess I don't know. We want to reopen the front door and
Yeah,
make
let's
it a
just
front
take 'em
door
off the
again.
hinges.
All right.
She's really keen to leave.
Well, make the front door again. I've
Okay.
got skills.
All right. Well, so it's relatively straightforward for those with any strength to them, like trying to sort of move the propped up door away. I mean, it's heavy, but it's a door. It's not crazy. And then from the inside, it is, I'm not going to make you roll. It just takes a few minutes to sort of kick the boards out, and like
Yeah.
smash
I've
them
got a
out and make an
crowbar. We've
opening.
got
Yeah. So, yeah, you have made an opening. All right. As you
Cool.
pass through the threshold, you feel a little bit like when you walk through a cobweb. Like there's just a little bit of a sense of like something across your face, and like you've just passed through something.
Ooh, I step back in to see what happens again.
It doesn't, but what you actually realize, because you're the one that's sort of a little further ahead, is that like as you take another step forward, you feel it more. Like it doesn't. It's not like you passed through a layer and then it's gone. It's almost like moving through water a little bit.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this is the boundary of a demiplane. It's kind of neat, actually. Could be quite useful if we ever want to actually use this place.
I'm gonna rush down the stairs.
Okay. You find as with each additional step you take, the this medium you seem to be moving through gets thicker and thicker, and you are still able to move forward as you get to where you are, but you're noticing an increase for sure.
Oh no.
sequential. Go ahead and post the sign up on the door.
Oh, that's a good
If
idea.
anyone sees it, they'll clearly see all the boards on the front entrance taken down, but a sign that says "No trespassing."
We could put those back up. Although we can probably put those on the gate, too. I can put something on the gate.
I don't know that we can get that far.
Can we get to the gate? Let's try getting to
Yeah.
the gate.
I made 2 signs, so
Sure. As you keep moving forward, you're going to need to start making strength checks once you're about 30 feet away from the door.
wow.
So
Is it a magical effect?
I mean, you would guess
Not in this
so.
Yeah, doesn't matter in this case anyway.
It's not like a spell, but yeah. So I think Trina, knows that she has it in her to potentially do better, but it's like both of you, wow, Trina and Zinhorn both just like, like, I think part of the issue here is that it's increasingly not just physically hard, but it just kind of feels unpleasant, almost like what's being like tugged on, like what's like the force that's sort of trying to hold you back is not actually on your body so much as like something inside is what it's pulling on. And so like the harder that force gets, it just really just feels like something sort of like compressing your organs and.
I wonder if it's trying to hold on to the things we took. Or it might think we're part of the house now and try to keep us here. That's kind of neat.
I don't like that. I don't think
Yeah.
it's neat.
I don't think it's neat either.
Personally, I'd rather sleep out under the stars.
Do we see stars?
You look up, and it's still like it's light
It's
out,
midday.
right? It's not night, but you realize that the sky had gotten overcast. But now, when you look up, you realize that like it's not just cloudy; like it's almost like a uniform gray mist, the whole sky. And at that point,
Okay.
it kind of occurs to you to look a little closer, peering out through the gate, and you realize looking out through the gate that's supposed to lead back to the street, you don't see anything on the other side. It's just mist.
Alrighty then. I think we're doing our long rest here.
It is a
Um,
demiplane. Awesome.
I think
Found a
that's actually
pocket.
an excellent button to end the episode on. So, you can all prepare to. Are you going to take your long rest out in the grounds? I buy that. I mean,
That would be my vote because everything in there is bloodstained and broken.
yeah. So we have one question already in the chat, but if anyone's watching and have more questions in the to ask the characters for them to answer in character, first of all, from Smarter Master, we have a question for Carolina. Have you ever accidentally hit an ally in a fight?
She just
The
bursts
question
into
probably-
tears.
Yeah.
I said I'm sorry.
I think the
And so she will then
implication was-
spend the entire night singing her lullaby. It's awful. It's her comfort song.
Well, so here's actually where I'm going to make you all feel a little better. Even though I have trapped you in a demiplane, and you can't get out, and the house is dangerous, and there's things trying to kill you. When you wake up from your long rest, you're going to be a level up.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. There is a couple of things that Nedry would like to do before rest. We
Yay.
can do that
Okay,
next
sure.
week,
Yeah,
though.
we'll cover
Yeah.
that next time. But what I would say is,
Sweet.
for next time, you can go ahead and level up your characters.
Cool.
All right.
Yay.
Yay! But yeah, so poor Carolina doesn't have words to answer the question. She's just racked with guilt.
She feels really, really bad.
Aw, yeah.
She probably would spend her last spell slot like casting healing word on Zinhorn just because if
You
they're
guys
going to
were
do a
still
long
level
rest,
one, you
that's what
could've
she's
killed
going to
her.
use it on just in case.
Yeah. Aw.
And then probably sing the Ballad of Storm and Stone as she does. So
Well, so it sounds like we've got a clarification on the question. The question was, has that ever happened before today?
well, she hasn't done a lot of fighting in the past. So yeah, no, this is she has a lot of firsts traveling this group, and that was one of them, unfortunately.
Nice.
Everybody she hit to was an ally she intended to hit.
All right. Well, I think we will leave it there for now. But next week, we get one more level and maybe go up one more floor. We'll see. So we'll be back next week for more adventure on so many
So many levels.
levels.
Many levels.